Yo, what's going on, guys? Frankietrades here, bringing you another new YouTube video, another Sunday stock watch list here coming for you guys. Looking pretty spicy this week, not gonna lie, things are looking really good. For the most part, we're looking to break downwards in the market. Gonna be pretty excited about that. But before we get started, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys know I'd really appreciate it. But besides that, we can go ahead and dive deep into it. First things first, you guys know I like to talk about my indexes. You can see here on the daily chart on NQ, we're actually at the bottom of the channel we've been, or not the channel, the range we've been in, between 14,600 and 15,700. You can see that we're finally at the bottom, we're touching it. So the only thing left now is if the market sentiment is weak and we break downwards, we should see some pretty smooth and clean price action below that. At 14,600, I'm looking at 14,450 and then 14,250 after that. So that is about it for NQ. Don't see any trend lines on that, but pretty excited about that setup right there. Kind of the same idea on ES, where we kind of been in this range between 4250 and between 4400, even 4430. You can even say that we've been stuck in there. But I am pretty excited about this because, like I said, if ES and NQ are both breaking downwards to the downside, we should see some pretty clean price action after that. So no trend lines that I see below that, but on ES, I'm looking at 4240, 4227, and then 4200 after that. And I'll give more updates throughout the week on my Twitter. If you guys follow that, Frankietrades, leave a follow so you guys get those updates. But besides that, first things first on the main watch list is NVIDIA. This has been like old Tesla, and I absolutely love every part of it. First level I'm watching is the low it made on Friday at 410.78. After 410.78, I'm looking at 410 and then 408.52. Pretty exciting levels right there for NVIDIA. Not too much going on. You can see we do have a 30-minute downtrend right here, though, that could get in the way. But with how weak NVIDIA has been recently and how this could move, the trend line might not even matter at that point. But we'll have to take a look at it and pay close attention to it and see how it reacts when it gets close to it. So that is it for NVIDIA. My actual favorite setup for the week is Shop. I have mentioned this a few times in the past watch list. I keep mentioning it like it's going to happen, and it always ends up bouncing. But Shop is finally here. It closed around the 51 level. Normally when it gets close to these levels, it has a big bounce. But now that the market's trying to break downwards, Shop's starting to follow up with it as well. But you can see the first level I'm watching is 50.60. After 50.60, I'm watching 50.50 and then the 50 level. You can see we have around a $2 to $3 gap after 50.60 all the way down to 48. So my target ideally on this is taking the low or the range breaking at 50.60 and taking that all the way down to 50. You don't need a big move on Shop for it to pay. That 60-cent move can be maybe 30 to 40% if played right with an early entry. So not going to look to scale too hard on this trade, but I do want to execute it to its best and grab as much as I can from this because I have been waiting for this setup for a really long time. So yeah, that is Shop. Next up and last for the main watch list actually is Tesla. And honestly, there's not too much going on, but it's Tesla. You know we have to put this on the main watch list. But first area that I'm watching is going to be this 210 area. After 210.42, I'm watching 210 and then all the way down to 204. After 204, I'm watching 200. Not so many clean levels in between there. It gets pretty choppy if you put this on the daily chart or on the 4-hour. If you look back on the past history, how it is between 210 and 200, it is pretty choppy. But with 200 being a key level, I'm definitely going to take an entry on that if we do come down on that. After 200, though, I have room down to 198.74 and then 197.60 as the next level. So that is pretty much it for Tesla. No trend lines on that either. And some of the honorable mentions that I have for the watch list, or I guess the side watch list, as you guys know I call these, is AMD at 100. This is a little behind. It's not really following the market. It's not as weak as NVIDIA is. So that is something to pay attention to. It does have earnings, I think, November 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. But I think it's either next week or the week after that. But with that being said, AMD is a side watch in case this does get weak and gets ahead of the market. I am watching 100 and then 99.52, and after that we have room down all the way down to 96. So that is it for AMD. And last but not least is our most favorite stock, Netflix. Netflix, I am looking at 410, and that is pretty much it. There really isn't much left on Netflix to trade this. Had a good earnings results, played out pretty well if you're able to catch this on Thursday and Friday. I did end up being up around 60% taking this trade on Friday. Ended up only closing at about 20% because I didn't want to go red on the trade, and I'm glad I did close the trade because those candles absolutely died after I sold. So ended up selling for a little bit green there. It is what it is. Lesson learned that Frankie should scale out, and he still doesn't do that. So, but that's besides the point. With that being said, that is pretty much it for the watch list, guys. Lots of earnings this week. I believe Microsoft, Meta. What else do we got? Apple isn't this week. That's in like next week or in 2 weeks. But a lot of important tech stocks this week reporting. That could be the reason why the market breaks down, or it could be the reason why the market bounces. So a lot of things to keep a close eye on. I think AI would probably be the biggest one that all these companies and all these institutions get crazy about. Is if AI is mentioned, market tends to go crazy or the stock tends to go crazy. So that seems to be the trend right now with current market conditions, with nothing else really being in the way. But with that much more being said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I would really appreciate it, guys. And with that being said, hope you guys enjoy the video and play safe during the week. So peace out.